Today's video is going to be about blood flow restriction training. I actually have some new cuffs here I want to talk to you guys about, kind of go through what we might do with some BFR cuffs, like these AirBands here. Max Wardell, overheadathletics.com. We actually got a new set of blood flow restriction cuffs here. They're called AirBands. Reached out to, or actually talked to them on social media and purchased a set of upper extremity cuffs. You know, I haven't had a lot of opportunity to use them in the clinical setting because you know, we've been on quarantine and everything like that, but essentially they use your phone here. They have a sensor inside that will tell the cuff how much pressure to occlude to. So it's kind of neat in that way. I'm not sure the technology, I'm not sure how they work. I do know that they provide a pretty similar amount of compression compared to when we actually use smart cuffs in some of our other videos where we would actually assess with Doppler, and these don't require it. And you know, I can fill and you know, actually release the pressure with my phone, which is very nice. And so, you know, we figured we'd do a short video using these cuffs and just kind of go through some stuff because so far they've seemed to work well. But like I said, we haven't put them through the ropes yet with our clinic just because of quarantine and everything that's going on. So, you know, you can put these on yourself, not too difficult, anything like that. Fairly comfortable cuffs in general. There's always the thing about lay down, and I like to just keep my arms relaxed. I'm not, you know, I'm not gonna actually lay down, but you know, optimally, you might want your arms as high as your heart just to get most accuracy, just pressing them on here. They're already connected. I'm gonna proceed with these two devices. Now they have a BFR screening thing on here, which is basically just going to tell you if, you know, you should proceed with caution or if you may be not a good candidate for BFR, if you have any of the contraindications. We've gone through that. I don't have any contraindications, so I'm just going to proceed to the automatic pressure mode, which I have to just remain relaxed. And one of the cuffs will inflate, it'll assess it, and then it'll use the same pressure bilaterally. So if you're contracting or if you're doing something silly during this portion, you'll get an inaccurate reading. I don't know if you guys can hear, but it's actually filling up right now. So it's doing my right arm. And, you know, I think it's the benefit of these, you know, whether these turn out to be, you know, as good as they're seeming right now. I think the real genius behind them is not having to spend so much time, you know, in the clinic, you know, using the Doppler and, you know, assessing their maximum occlusion pressure, and that's what it's doing right now. And you can just set the phone down and, you know, go off, pick something up, maybe grab the tools you're going to use. So it's got my maximum occlusion pressure here. And you can go with 50% occlusion pressure. You can always manipulate it yourself. And then once you get here, so it's going to occlude me to 89 millimeters of mercury. Now they're both inflated, and I can go through my workout. So, you know, I like to do a lot of forearm stuff when I'm actually using the BFR, and this is a good way to start to train your flexor carpi ulnaris here, which is one of the principal dynamic stabilizers of the elbow during the throw. And, you know, there's a lot of questions as to how does the muscle actually contract in the throw, and you know, largely the muscle contracts isometrically in the throw. So I like to do a lot of isometric exercises for it, but here I'm just doing a concentric, eccentric, you know, isotonic style exercise. But I can just do a isometric hold here, and I think this is a great application of it. Isometric hold, 8 seconds, relax. I just put it on my shoulder. And I got both cuffs on, so really I probably should be doing a bilateral exercise, but I just put them both on to show you guys. So these are some great exercises that I'll do with the BFR cuffs. You know, the standard exercises are great. And we love to use BFR in the case where we don't want to put a ton of mechanical load on the tissues. And, a lot of times that's in the presence of injury, that's in the presence of fatigue, that sort of thing. So I can do my standard bicep curls here. We talked about in the other video how the bicep muscle in pitching, especially, or throwing, it contracts largely isometrically. So I could, sit there and do an isometric bicep contraction like I did before. But I just wanted to show you guys this tool here. I don't get any money for showing you guys this or anything like that. I just thought it was a neat thing and something we're looking forward to trying. You can do your ball drop exercise, which I think is good for training your, flexor digitorum profundus and superficialis, some of the finger muscles and finger intrinsics, which always become important. And, you can train your lateral elbow here too. And I think forearm exercises are particularly useful to train with this. And if I was actually doing a treatment, I would probably use my, 30, 15, 15, 15, which is the commonly accepted procedure for, how many reps and stuff, trying to do 3 to 4 second repetitions. And, I'm always doing some form of tricep exercise too. And so something I like to do with my throwers is tricep push-offs this way. And then I can actually alter the height of this so I could bring it up more. And this is a progression to a more advanced wall exercise. So I hope you guys can see me back here. And I'll use a ball and I'll actually catch myself and plyometrically push off. This is an exercise we showed in our book, Rehab to Throw Like a Pro, the Clinician's Guide, which is for physical therapists. And so that's one of the exercises we might use to progress to that. But, like I said, I like these exercises with the BFR cuffs. So give these ones a try. Give these cuffs a try if you haven't. And, we'll try to keep you updated. If we find out that they work really well, I'll probably do another video. I might do one if, we decide, hey, we like a different cuff more, whatever. But right now, these cuffs seem to be doing great for us. So thought I might do a little video in that sense. And, like I said, if I'm going to do this, I would probably deflate between each exercise and check out our other videos on the topic, and you can kind of get a better idea of how we might use BFR. But just want to do a little quick video here, show you a couple more exercises that we often do while using BFR, but not going through the whole rep scheme and everything like that.